Hello, darling. Welcome to Feminine Spaces, a sanctuary for women over 40 who are amplifying their relationship wisdom, self-mastery, and conscious living. I'm Vanessa, founder of Feminine Spaces, and today we're diving deep into a sacred conversation: rebuilding your identity after divorce. Now, let me say this gently and clearly. Divorce is not your ending. It is your invitation. An invitation to rise as the woman you were always meant to become. Now freer, now wiser, now whole. If your soul has been whispering, "Who am I now? Where do I begin again?" You're in the right place. And this is your sisterhood. This episode is more than a guide. It's your rebirth. It's your rebirth map. So exhale. You're home now. I personally experienced an identity crisis after divorce. This is why this topic is so very crucial and important to me. So let's begin with the truth. Divorce is not just a legal event. It's a spiritual upheaval. And for women over 40, that upheaval can feel like a rupture in identity. Your last name may change, your home might change, but it's your inner sense of self that can feel most fragile. Why? Because many of us, we were taught that to define ourselves through partnership. So it's as a wife, a caretaker, a peacemaker, a provider. So when the relationship ends, it can feel, I felt like I disappeared. But darling, you are not lost. You are being returned to yourself. Let me say that again. You are not lost. You're being returned to yourself. This shift is a sacred one. It asks you to grieve, to unlearn, and to recreate. Here's the first clear step. Name what no longer fits you now. Write it down. I am no longer the woman who, ... Let it pour out. Release it. This is soul decluttering. Did you know that there's a psychology to reclamation? Psychologically, identity is rooted in roles, beliefs, and values. After divorce, those shifts. And that's normal. Here's what helps. Rebuilding through new roles. Try this exercise. Every week, try on a new role. The adventurer, the CEO, the artist, the lover. Ask, what would she do today? This neuro-linguistic programming reframes, reconnects your brain from possibility and not pain. So try to anchor in your new evolving values and ask yourself, what truly matters now? What do I no longer need to tolerate? Write these things down and place them on a mirror. This creates an emotional boundary and self-loyalty. And it's important because you're starting to rediscover who you are at this stage of the game as this person. You're getting to know her, which is you. Another tip is to say aloud each day, put your hand on your heart, I am safe to be wholly and truly myself. Let it flow, especially now. Your nervous system begins to believe it. Did you know that there's a spiritual rebirth, after divorce? let's go deeper. Rebuilding identity isn't just mental, it's spiritual. So by creating sacred rituals after a divorce, your soul needs rhythm. So if you do things like lighting a candle each morning and saying, "This flame is me, burning, beautiful, alive," let that light return to yourself. Try to commune with your future self. Thank her for guiding you through this very difficult time. Ask her how she lives, loves, dresses, rests. She already exists. She's just waiting for you to catch up. And here's the spiritual truth. You are not the same woman who married. You're wiser, and now you're the one choosing you. So it's important to bring forth that woman with her wisdom and experiences into who you're turning into moving forward. May I share something with you? Let me share something from my own life when I went through my divorce. I so very clearly remember being in my old Mercedes with my cat and my son and all of my possessions within the front seat, the back seat, next to the kitty carrier, my son in the back, and everything I had and owned in the trunk of my old beat up beige Mercedes. I know it was a moment. And to think about this at 29, that's all I had because I let it go. Because not my late husband, because I was married before and he died of cancer, but my first husband, he cheated on me. And I just knew that this was not a way that I wanted to live my life, constantly insecure or worried about what this person was doing, when they were doing it, and just being in this crazy mode of not trusting. It just wasn't for me. So I remember driving from Atlanta to Florida into my apartment that I had rented sight unseen. My mom had gone to see it, to check it out. She showed me pictures on the phone. This is before we had videos on our phone. This was a moment ago, guys. And I remember arriving at my new apartment, turning the key in, stepping in with the cat and the boy, and then my mom arriving shortly after with my stepdad, and they helped me unpack everything and put everything in the apartment. And when I went to bed that night, because this shows you the power of routine and when you're with a person and who you are then, I remember being in the bathroom, I was brushing my teeth, and I remember saying, "Hey babe, remember to check the front door and turn off all the lights at the front before you come to bed." And I was in the sink, staring at myself in the mirror, or standing in front of the sink with my toothbrush in hand, with this clear realization of, oh my God, I'm not married anymore. That role of someone doing that, double checking all the locks to make sure that everything's done and all the lights were turned off before coming to bed, whose role is that going to be? How am I going to feel safe in this new environment? And it just struck me in such a way. And I have to tell you, I sobbed. I sobbed. I can really still feel it now. And at that moment, as raw as it was, became the very place that I rebuilt from. Not by pretending I was okay, but by asking myself each day, what does love look like for me, ... right now? So here are 5 clear practices that I brought into myself, and I'm sharing it with you, that I trust it helps you too in moving through this challenging time. And I remember, number 1 is mirror moments, looking at myself every morning and saying, I still choose you. Number 2, when I remember I was working and had a rhythm, and I used walking and exercise, movement as a medicine. I remember walking my 5 miles every day and just crying, just crying. I got the steps in, but just crying because it was the only place that I could really just let all my emotions out without putting all of that on my poor baby son. Not that he was, poor, but as women, we tend to take care of everybody else, and I didn't want to put the weight of my sadness on him. So I just made it a point to get rid of it while I was in the exercise, and then when I came back from work and picked him up, we were in our normal routine. And it's the only way to make room for new things to come. So dance, walk, stretch, move through the grief. Number 3 was the most difficult one, but I have mastered it. Sacred no's. No is a full sentence. Choose doing things and spending time with people who fill your cup. As a new practice, set one new boundary every week and protect your peace. Number 4 is curiosity journaling. Journaling is a self-reflective exercise. You get to know yourself. Start by simply asking a question. Ask, what lights me up today? And follow the spark. Number 5 is rewild weekends. How do you know who you are now and what you want without taking the time to get to know this new version of you? She's standing right there. Look at her, because it's you. So take her out, you out on a solo date once per week. No kids, no to-do list, just you. Get used to being you now. As I close out this episode, my darling women, this journey after divorce is not a detour. It's your sacred initiation. You're not starting over. You're starting deeper. And here, in Feminine Spaces, you never have to do that alone. So if this content touched your heart, don't just watch it. Join, like, subscribe. Share this with another woman who's in transition. Leave a comment below and tell me, what part of yourself are you reclaiming right now? And moving forward into 2025, as we go deeper, get ready. I'll have my first accountability course. I'll do my first retreat in the fall, and we'll do sacred merch to walk in alignment together. You're not broken, my darling. You're becoming. I'm Vanessa, and this is Feminine Spaces, where women remember who they are. Because as women, when we're in our feminine essence, we're undeniable. I'll see you in the next episode.